For decades, a shadow has lingered over the highest echelons of global power. It's a shadow of depravity, corruption, and secrets meticulously guarded. The name Jeffrey Epstein is not just the name of a predator. It has become a symbol of a justice system that appears to have one set of rules for the average citizen and another for the global elite. Years of investigations, a suspicious death, and a handful of redacted documents have only deepened the mystery, fueling the public's deep and righteous suspicion that the full truth is being deliberately concealed. The most crucial evidence, the testimony given under oath, the names spoken behind the closed doors of a federal grand jury, remains locked away from the people it is meant to serve. Until now, President Donald J. Trump has shattered the silence with a formal public demand. He is calling for the complete and total release of the Epstein files. This is not just a challenge, it's an ultimatum to the deep state, and it has sent shockwaves through the very foundations of the establishment. To understand the gravity of this moment, we must look at the precise wording of President Trump's statement. On June 10th, he posted this to Truth Social. He wrote, and I quote, "Crooked Joe Biden's Department of Justice should release the entire Epstein file, unredacted. I am the one who caught him, and they let him go." The client list is a who's who of the world's most prominent people. The public has a right to know. Let's deconstruct this. First, he identifies the custodian of these secrets, the Department of Justice. By naming them directly, he bypasses the media and speaks directly to the institution holding the keys. Second, he frames the situation with critical context. I am the one who caught him, and they let him go. This is a crucial reminder of his actions in 2007, banning Epstein from Mar-a-Lago, while others in the elite continued to associate with him. He contrasts his actions with the system's failures. And third, the core demand: release the entire Epstein file, unredacted. This is an all-encompassing request. It includes flight logs, black books, and most critically, the grand jury materials, which contain sworn testimony, the kind of evidence that cannot be easily dismissed as rumor or hearsay. These are the crown jewels of the investigation, and they are what the establishment fears most. The defenders of secrecy immediately retreat behind one argument: the sanctity of grand jury proceedings. They cite Federal Rule of Criminal Procedure 6E, which establishes this confidentiality. They are correct. That is the rule. But they conveniently ignore the exceptions. The law allows a court to authorize disclosure in connection with a judicial proceeding or to prevent a great injustice. I ask you, what is a greater injustice than a global child trafficking network whose powerful clients are protected by the very legal system that was supposed to prosecute them? To unseal these records, a court must typically find a particularized need that outweighs the traditional interest in secrecy. Opponents claim this standard can't be met. This is a deliberate misreading of the situation. The public's need here is not mere curiosity. It is fundamental to restoring faith in our institutions. When a system is suspected of protecting criminals based on their wealth and status, the public's need to verify the integrity of that system becomes paramount. It becomes the particularized need. The ongoing secrecy does not serve justice. It fuels the perception of a cover-up, which is itself a grave injury to the rule of law. This is the core of the legal and moral argument. Trump is not advocating for shredding the rulebook. He is advocating for applying its exceptions in a case so extraordinary, so corrupt, and so vital to public trust that maintaining secrecy is the greater harm.
As expected, the corporate media machine immediately deployed its standard playbook to discredit the demand. Their strategy is twofold. First, the distraction narrative outlets immediately framed this as a cynical ploy by President Trump to divert attention from other matters. This is an insult to the intelligence of the American people. The Epstein case is a national wound that has been festering for years. Demanding answers is not a distraction. It is a primary responsibility. It suggests a leader can only focus on one thing at a time, a standard they never apply to their own preferred politicians. Second, and more insidiously, is the attack on institutions' narrative. They portray this demand for transparency as a reckless assault on the rule of law. A headline from a major network might read, "Trump continues war on Dodge with new demand." They paint the Dodge as a victim. But the institution is not the victim here. The victims are the girls preyed upon by Epstein and his network. The victim is the public, whose trust has been shattered. Trump isn't attacking the institution. He is attacking its corruption and its refusal to be accountable to the American people. The media's defense of the process over the purpose of justice is a stunning betrayal of their duty. This is more than a news story. This is a defining moment. For years, the American people have sensed that a protected class operates above the law. The Epstein saga is the most grotesque proof of that suspicion. President Trump's demand forces a simple, binary choice upon the system. Either they release the files and let justice be done, no matter how high it reaches, or they double down on secrecy and confirm every suspicion the public has about a rigged game. Their refusal would be a confession by another name. It would prove that the rule of law they so piously defend is nothing more than a shield for their friends. This is the fight for equal justice. It is the swamp versus the people. And now, the demand for a final reckoning has been issued from the highest level. The truth of the Epstein network has been buried in legal vaults for far too long. A direct demand for its release has been made. Do not let the media or political operatives convince you that seeking truth is a crime. The powerful are counting on your silence. They are counting on the complexity of the law to make you look away. We must not stay engaged, demand accountability. Thank you for watching.